In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. This is going to be even more milk runs, getting money, trying to level up areas. I'm not getting a lot of recruits mainly because quite frankly, doing all these gold runs is kind of a mistake just because I'm not getting heirlooms, which is what you need to advance your base.
Yeah, that's a thing I was going to question you about, actually, because my early game is all about getting heirlooms over money.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of skewed in my personal file mindset where I'm having a lot of money troubles there. So maybe that's influencing my LP in a bad way. Right now, though, I was basically waiting, do I want another one of these guys? Space is tight.
Well, your eventual goal is to get, what, 2 of every class?
So here's an accessory I find kind of useless. The Book of Sanity. All it does is give you negative 25 stress resist. Like, cool. Neat. I don't get stressed as much. Okay, I could, oh, I don't know, have a damage accessory. Whatever.
Well, there's always, like, something in RPGs that's just kind of a throwaway item.
Also, after, what, fucking 12 episodes, we're finally fixing Selnar's speed problem. Like, for the Man-at-Arms, it's not technically a bad thing because he's mainly responsive rather than, taking action, but having negative 6 speed in general is just not great.
No.
So I finally unlocked the boss for the Cove, so we're not going to be seeing that place for a while. Damage Stone. We, quite frankly, have better items, but I've never seen this accessory.
Really?
I don't know why. I was just like, what the fuck is that thing?
It's like one of the most common things you can get.
I know. As the border says it's common, but I've never seen this accessory.
How many hours have you sunk into this game?
Let's take a good look here. Where's my Steam tab? Favorites folder, Darkest Dungeon. What? Why is Darkest Dungeon not in favorites? Oh, whatever. Oh, it is. It's just a mess of a folder. What? There we go. It's in beta, that's why. Thanks to this LP, I'm up to 235 hours.
And you've never seen a damage stone before now.
I might have, I just don't remember it because
you must have.
I must have, but I usually get Dismiss's Head, Legendary Bracer, Berserker Charm, Brawler Gauntlets. I get something much better than it beforehand, so maybe I just think, oh, cool, whatever, throw it.
I mean, I usually get a damage stone that's like a random battle drop.
Yeah, that might be the case, and I just never paid attention to it. But this was honestly a circumstance of me going, what the fuck is that? Why don't I have that? Also, I believe this video I'm actually going to experiment with something.
A front row Vestal?
No, but that would be cool. Also,
yeah.
This was about the time I realized, oh, it's not Junia's head that I can't double equip. I just can't double equip accessories in general.
Mm-hmm.
Actually having a hard time deciding what I want to put on Loon.
I can see that.
But I do believe with P I wanted to try something. Oh, I guess not. I think it's next video then, because in one of these 2 runs, I wanted to see if so hard to say that word. I wanted to see if Churgeon's charm actually affected his stress heal.
You said we were going to the Warrens next video? Or last video?
I mixed up names again. It's so easy to do.
I was excited to see Pigman, okay?
I'm sorry. Like, it's so easy to mix those names up. I do it every time.
And the best part is, like, when you post that video, people aren't going to realize your mistake for, like, 5 days.
It's gonna be 2 to 5 days, but yeah. Also, Red Hook, I know you're watching these videos. You guys follow me on Twitter. Please change the Warren's name. It's so hard to remember.
The Warrens is a fine name.
Change the Warrens with a wheel to something. I get so confused.
I mean, you could probably... It's probably all stored in like a text file. You could probably just go in and change it to sewer level and forest level.
Also, here's one hell of a surprise. Like, I had to be really surprised in order to get, like, completely reversed by 2 slimes.
Executed with impunity.
On the note of the surprise mechanic, it's, actually a really interesting thing to me, because due to how this game is programmed and, oh, fucking really.
Good.
Due to how this game is programmed and, how it's designed, you can't... Your team is always on the left, enemies are always on the right. You can't have a circumstance like in Final Fantasy where you're on opposite sides, or like in, say, in Star Ocean where your formation is completely busted and your healer is in the center of all these enemies. So the surprise mechanic is honestly a good answer to that.
Yeah. I just wish, like, when you surprised an enemy, it shuffled their party as well.
Back in the day, surprise for your side was actually really powerful because it was equal to a stun.
Yeah, it basically just denied the entire enemy team their first turn.
And that was almost too powerful because what I used to do was just dedicate that surprise to stunning the entire team. So I get 2 free turns, kind of. But yeah, at this point, surprise just sends enemy initiative to 0, which is, quite frankly, a better answer in my opinion.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit more balanced than the rather overpowering surprise bonus you used to get.
Yeah. Surprise is really... Right now, though, I feel like it hurts you more than the enemy, because shuffling your team fucking hurts. Luckily, this is actually a very versatile team. Everybody except the Jester can attack from any rank, so a shuffle doesn't hurt me as much.
Alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
The Hellion can attack from any rank?
Not any rank, but if she's in rank 4, I could just put the Jester into rank 4 and then she could attack from rank 3 with if it bleeds. Which is still a good skill.
Gold,
I'm really debating its usefulness, though.
Paid for in blood.
Like, I think next batch of recordings I'm probably gonna give Bleed Out and Barbaric Yop a run.
Alright. Why don't you ever go into any of the offshoot rooms?
I believe this video I do go into the offshoot room, but right now I think I scouted it and it revealed the treasure room, but usually whenever I do exploration rooms, I never do the little vestigial room where it's one-off, because that'll be the allowance I give myself.
Victim to the spreading corruption.
It's also a matter of LP mindset of, oh, that's a room I could skip. I'm not gonna do it. What's the fucking point?
Terrors
the
may
point is
indeed
loot.
stalk these shadows, but yonder, a glint of gold.
I think I skipped it initially because I didn't scout it, but the moment I scouted and I saw it was a treasure, I committed myself to going back to that.
Okay.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
Now, I'm kind of confused on something. I don't know who on my team gave me that freebie, herbal thing. Because... Like, if I had a hazard to guess, it's either the Occultist or the Hellion, but why would it be the Hellion?
Yeah. It's probably the Occultist.
Yeah, most likely. It's just kind of weird to me, because Occultist doesn't really scream medical doctor to me.
Well, I mean, if you look at it like incense or something, he could use that to meditate and connect with his dark powers or whatever.
That's a good point, actually. I never thought of that.
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Oh man, I really should get back to trying to finish the fucking huge-ass ebook of Lovecraft I got, but it's so dense.
Yeah.
The light.
Granted,
the promise
I'm
of
in the
safety.
middle of Dreamlands, which is a really good story, actually. But I just haven't committed time to sitting down and finishing it.
the dream stories he did are not my favorites, honestly.
Really?
Like yeah.
Another abomination.
Yeah,
cleansed
I'm always
from our
more
hands.
interested in like his more traditional mythos stories, I guess.
These nightmarish
Yeah.
creatures can
I don't think
be
I've gotten to
felled. They
those yet
can
because
be
I know I
eaten.
haven't read up on the Yellow King yet.
The Yellow King was actually not a Lovecraft story.
Oh, you're right. But it's I believe in the ebook I got, it's included.
Oh, okay.
But I did see it there, so I was like, huh, neat. I'm gonna get to read that. Now, on more Darkest Dungeon things, there's
As the
like
fiend
people
falls,
speculate whether or not this
faint
game
hope
is meant to be
blossoms.
like a Lovecraftian homage, because there's some stuff here that definitely alludes to that. Some of the endgame stuff kind
continue
of
the
doesn't.
onslaught.
But I feel like
Destroy them all.
it would be cool to see Red Hook approach that.
I mean, I'd say it's pretty clear it's supposed to be an homage to Lovecraft, from the style of the writing to the tone of it all. It's pretty obvious to me.
Yeah, it feels a lot like it, but I feel like I saw a lot of fan content where they did fan art. I say fan art in quotes because it's basically it's basically the Darkest Dungeon engine, but with new assets for Call of Cthulhu and the board games as well. And I think that would be really cool if Red Hook actually expanded into those things.
Yeah.
Like, fucking, what was it? It was... Arkham Horror is the board game I always want to play, but nobody ever wants to play with me because that game is fucking long. I would honestly love to see Red Hook approach that board game, because that would be pretty neat.
Yeah, I'd definitely play it.
I just really want to see more from Red Hook, because they are really good developers. This is a pretty cool game, and they knew what they were doing, and during early access development, they honestly handled all of the things that happened during early access really well. Like last episode we discussed the big stink that occurred with corpses, and I honestly feel like they handled that with grace.
Yeah, I mean, the people who were angry didn't agree, but, you know, whatever. Screw them. Corpses were a great idea.
Yeah, corpses are a great idea, and I'm glad they stuck to their guns and kept it as kind of like the intended way, but they also included a, hey, if you don't like it, alright, we'll give you the option. Take it.
Side note, I've actually experimented with turning off those options. Turning off corpses when you're used to playing with corpses makes the game harder.
How?
Because your DOTs are no longer effective, and I have to relearn how to stack things like straight damage to the front row.
Yeah.
And it's not the way I play the game. So any class you bring that specializes in like back row DOTs or something is gonna be completely fucking useless.
Yeah, I can see that actually. It brings you back to an olden time, and we don't like that olden time.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
I mean, maybe I've just gotten so used to playing the game as it was intended that I just can't go back. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I just noticed something that I made a slight mistake of in this fight. Glaive and P are still on level 1 gear. I never updated them.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, normally that doesn't make a difference because Jesters don't attack and the Hellions attack is ludicrous.
Your Jester doesn't attack.
Yeah, I mainly use him for stress healing. I don't like the offensive Jester. I'll use one eventually, but I don't like relying on it.
I'm just saying, having a team of like Jesters and Grave Robbers that can just shuffle around the battlefield are great. They're fun teams to play.
Also, this is one of the rare opportunities where I get to use Barbaric Yop, and it's worth.
Yeah. That double stun is really good.
It really is. Like, with the Hellion, I never liked the quote-unquote adrenal skills that make you weaker after use. But Barbaric Yop is really good.
I mean, you could always like bring some medicinal herbs to deal with his debuffs,
Be wary.
Yeah, it could.
Triumphant
which
pride
also works on the
precipitates dizzying
Hellion
fall.
camping skills that debuff her.
Oh, wow, really? I thought those were stacked.
Every
Oh,
clear
well.
Nope.
path and charted route
I'll have to do a
produces
adrenaline
dark
run then
of
sometime.
distinct.
There we go.
But yeah, this run was fairly simple, not really remarkable. Even with the mistakes I made, it was... The team comp carried it all the way. Good job, guys. So, Voltic Surge is a Beast Slayer now, which is actually kind of appropriate.